Hi, you guys. I'm just out here walking today. It's such a beautiful day. I'm just walking and I don't know, just enjoying the weather change. It's really feeling like spring and I love it. So I just, had a mind of thinking. I was thinking about how as we age and we mature, that we really put a lot of thought into our decisions that we make, and that we make sure that as we make decisions that we really think about them, write them down, pray about them, write the pros and the cons, think about it, sleep on it, and really make sure that our decisions are prudent, that they've been tried and true and tested, and not to undersell yourself also, but not to reach so high to where you're not realistic. So I think it's important you think about how it impacts your finances as you age and mature and get closer to retirement, or any age. The earlier the better. And just think about your decisions. Contemplate on them, analyze them, and then pull the trigger on it and make the decision. But that you really make sure you do your research and not make decisions based upon your emotions. So anyway, I've been trying to make some decisions about some things that I'm contemplating kicking around. And one of my most recent decisions is to stay where I am, in regards to work as a social worker. One of the things I did contemplate for a while was switching into full-time, and at this time I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just continue to work on my practice part-time and my consulting piece, and at the same time keep my day job, because of the advantages versus the pros and the cons, versus working for myself at this time in my life. Insurance is a really big piece of it. I'm really thinking about, and insurance, and just my money that I put away. The government, some of the pros of the government is that they have the best matching program. I think it's 5%. No one else has that. So, in other words, you put away $100, that $100 is worth, it's doubled by the time you're retired, right? So if you put away $100 out of your paycheck per month, non-tax, that money is doubled, is matched. Every year they match it. So, just something to think about. And I think after you get to be a certain age, I think 55, you have to check yourself, always check your information, but know that after a certain age, you get to put so much money into your retirement in your IRA up to a certain amount. I think in our account, it's up to $7,000 or $8,000 per year that you're able to put away. Now, all of that wouldn't be matched, but they definitely, if it's 5% of your income, it could be, depending on your income. It's 5% of your total income. Anyway, so just, when you make decisions, you have to make sure you don't make decisions that are just emotional, because you can feel a certain way, and your emotions, they change from day to day. And it's just something that, always contemplate. It's almost like I always compare it to going shopping. They tell you don't go shopping when you're hungry. Make sure you eat. So you make some really good, decisions, and not based upon your appetite at that time. So just like our appetite, our emotions can flip real quickly. So anyway, sorry. So that was it. Just thinking about that and just sharing those thoughts, just sharing those thoughts with you. So yeah. So that's where I am. I'm just enjoying taking a nice brisk walk on my lunch and just getting a little bit of this beautiful spring air and enjoying myself. before I return back to work and everything and finish up my day. But anyway, that's something that I'm really thinking about, and I made a pretty strong decision about, for right now. And also utilizing, making sure whatever it is that you're doing, that it works for you. So if you feel that, you're working and you want to travel, make sure, maybe you should get with a company or an agency that have, or even the government, that where you can transfer and get some traveling in, or even live in a different city. So that's something I'm thinking about. I'm not saying I've made a hard decision on that, but it is another alternative for traveling, is to transfer. So that's another reason, if you're thinking about working for the government, those are some benefits depending on where you live. Depending on the cost of living, your income would translate into that cost of living of that city that you're transferring to. So, for instance, if you're at GS-12 and you transfer your job, and the job that you're applying for is a GS-12, you can look up that city or that state, look up GS, and it tells you the government pay scale of that particular step, whichever step you're in. I think it goes up to 12 steps. So whichever step you're on, and it kind of gives you an idea of how much you probably will, your income could, increase or decrease. So all those things are part of your decision making. Looking at your research and you're doing your due diligence and making really wise and prudent decisions that could impact your health, your wealth, your overall well-being, considering all those pros and cons. Anyway, that's why I just wanted to talk to you and chat with you for a moment. I didn't want to make it too chatty and too long, but that's what I've been thinking about, So I take my walk and I'm just sharing my thoughts with you. So I'm going to get off of here and just spend a few more minutes kind of taking in the air and breathing and kind of doing a little self-care. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.